Hello. Fishing for mighty blue catfish has failed recently, so we're here at the local neighborhood pond and we're hunting this time for a 1 pound bluegill. There are some really big ones in this pond. I've been hunting a 1 pound bluegill for a long time. I've definitely seen some come really, really close. So let's get our baits in the water and see what we can get. It's right after a storm and before another one, so I don't know if they're gonna be biting today. But let's see if they are. There's a turtle right there. Hope he does. Oh, they're definitely biting. So no need to be afraid they're not biting. I think they're a little bit deeper right now. That one didn't seem too big though. So hopefully just let it sink down and we'll get a bite. I want to throw sideways because I think some of the bluegill next to me are afraid of me. And I think they're still like somewhat shallow in the pond. They're not like super deep in there. I don't know if there's like someone put like big flatheads in here or something, but you know, they do seem to be like pretty shallow in the pond these days. So I'm just gonna toss over there, see if I get a bite. There are some huge ones in here. Depends if any of the huge ones bite. There's a bite. Oh, didn't hit. My hook I'm using is a little bit bigger than usual because I'm not looking for a small, oh, that's a bass. Yeah, oh yeah, there are bass in here. So they are hungry after the storm. So there we go, there's a bass. It's a good bass. Just gonna, well, it's not a good bass, it's like a bassy bass. There we go. Largemouth bass. Took my worm, not the target species, but we're always good for bass. Nice bass, nice bass. Largemouth bass on a worm. Check that out. I think it's like less than a pound, but largemouth bass. LMB, not too bad. Probably like close to a pound, but largemouth bass. All right, good first fish. Not my target species, like I said, but nice bass. I'll see a bass. There you go. All right, let's get it back out there. Seems to be biting pretty hard. You know, the bass would never really bite worms under a bobber like pre-storm, but post-storm, I think the water's a little bit more murky, so I think they're more open to biting stuff. And the bluegills are definitely not giving up. Oh, got another one. This one's good. Is that another bass? Nope, that's a bluegill, but this one's small. This one is pretty small. Well, it's small for this pond standard. It's still like a good 6-7 incher, but it's small according to this pond standard. I think I'm just gonna keep this as bait because this guy deep hooked and it's probably dead anyways. I'm gonna use this for bait in the river later. Never mind, this guy wasn't really deep hooked. He actually cut himself loose, so we're gonna let him go. See you fish. What I'm using is just regular worm under a bobber, just a worm on a small hook. About 2 feet under a beat up bobber. It's working pretty well. I think most of the bluegills are towards that thing. You don't have to throw very deep because if you throw deep you probably won't get anything. I don't know if there's like bigger fish in the depth or something like that. Maybe they're hiding from a big catfish in the depth, but generally most of the fish are maybe like, I would say about 10 feet from the side. Definitely hoping to get some 9, hopefully even 10 inchers here. I know they're out there in this pond. This pond breeds really, really big bluegills. And they're not hard to actually get because they are hungry right now after the storm. But yeah, hopefully we get some. Think we got one? Oh, that's another one. That's a small one though. And he deep hooked it. That one really deep hooked it. Yep, that's gonna be bait for the river. All right, I see some big waves under the water. I'm gonna toss more towards the middle right now. There's definitely fish out there. I don't know if they're that far out there though. Like usually if I toss towards the middle, there's nothing that'll hit it. But I saw like a really big ripple coming across the middle. Oh, so I'm trying to get it on my way back. Didn't quite get it though. Got part of the bait, not all of it though. I don't know if that's a turtle or, I mean, I know that's a turtle up front. I don't want a turtle to get it. No, the turtle's trying to get my bait. Turtle's trying to get my bait. I believe I got another one. Yep, but this one's also not a big one. It's getting slightly bigger though. This one's a good 6-7 incher too, but I don't know where all the big ones went. All right, this guy's gonna get let go. He didn't get deep hooked, so that's fine. But a lot of them here. Big ones don't seem to be out shallow right now because they were like when it was sunny, and now we just get these. See ya. All right, let's try fleeing deeper into the pond. All right, geese, calm down. I think there's a bunch of little turtles that are just waiting to snap it up. But I'm hoping, like, I gotta find their location right now, because right now, don't seem to be having too much luck in targeting the big ones. Got a bunch of the small ones and a bass, but definitely targeting the big fish, the big bluegills. It's not seem to be working too well. All right, I got another one. Ah, this is, man, getting all these small ones. Man, need a big one, need a big one. All right, see ya. I know I've definitely seen 9-inch plus gills in here. I am determined to catch one today. But right now, not having much luck. Just having like the 5-6 inchers bite. Those are really small for this pond. Definitely looking for the big ones. I don't know if they're deeper out or what, but whatever they are, they're not biting. I think I got a good one. This one feels heavier. Is it a bass though? Nope, it's a bigger gill. Oh, this one's not bad. This one's like 8. This one's bigger than the others, but still, it's a green sunfish. There are some really big sunfish in here. Check that out. That's 9 right there. Solid 9-inch sunfish. Not the legendary one, but not bad. Sucker's only about half a pound. I'll see ya. That's the biggest one so far, but I know I've seen ones twice as big or bigger, so hopefully they'll be in there as well. It's definitely better when it's sunnier, I'll give you that much. They seem to be more active when it's bright outside. Let's walk around this pond. Can't just stay at the same place all the time. That place, you know, usually is pretty good, and it was pretty good today, but didn't really get the big one I wanted. So, gonna have to walk around the pond, go to the shallow end, and see if there's anything there. Another one, this one's pulling pretty hard. Is that a bluegill or a bass? Oh, it's a largemouth, that's why. Small one, but another largemouth bass. Bass are up today. Bass are up today, which is a good thing. Probably catch a couple more of these suckers, but the big gills aren't up today. Another largemouth bass. Another one. I'll see a bass. And it goes off. All right, let's keep walking around the pond. Bigger, slightly bigger hook. Doing pretty well actually, so with a slightly bigger hook. And same worm under bobber method. I think I got another one. Oh, that's another bass. Bass are a biting today, my friends. Oh, there we go, got back. But bass are a biting today. Definitely think the bass are biting way more these days under like cloudy conditions than they usually are under sunny conditions. Sunny conditions, it's only usually like bluegill bite like crazy, but cloudy conditions, man, these bass, they bite. Of course there's bluegill bites too, but not as nearly as many as bass bites. I think I've lost quite a couple because I was using a really small hook a while ago. But yeah, I think like there's a lot of bass that are biting. Think I might have another one here. Oh, that's a bass. Yeah, like I said, they biting good today. It's like the 4th or 5th one I've hooked, but they're all small though. I wish there was a huge one in here. Another bass. There you go. Not a very nice one. Very active today before the rain, or in between the rains. See a bass. Fishing for the mighty blue catfish might not be working out for me, but at least the bass are biting in the local pond. That's always a good sign. Get some content in St. Louis. Maybe not the content I want though. There's always something interested in the worm along the shoreline, maybe like 10 feet out. But yeah, I'm using a bigger hook, so only bigger bluegills and mighty blue bass. Well, mighty bass can actually bite. But these bass are small. I want them to be a little bit bigger. Got another one. Just got a toss near the slop. I think it's a bass. Is it a bluegill or a bass? It's a largemouth. It's like the 5th one today. This one looks a little bit different than the others, but it's about the same size. But yeah, another largemouth bass. Really nice bassin' day today. Really nice bassin' day. See ya. I think the bass are, like overly, yeah, I think they are overly populated in this pond. Put a little bit more bait on, so hopefully bigger bait equals bigger bass, but who knows? Maybe that's not the case, but I definitely hope that is the case, because I would like a bigger bass. Yes, I'm greedy. I've caught like 4 or 5 of them within the span of 30 minutes, but I am greedy and I want a bigger fish. Small fish, not really a thing. Oh man, that was a small one. And my last bait of the day goes to, what does it go to? Oh yeah, indeed, largemouth bass. Last bait of the day, last worm. This almost looks like a walleye-ish bass, but it's just a bass. Largemouth bass. Caught like 5 or 6 of them today, very short time period. There's minnows around the pond, so if you want to catch bass, that's also good. But another largemouth bass. They're feeding hard right now. Maybe the smallest bass of the day. I'll see a bass. And off it goes. Not sure if there's any big fish in here, but caught quite a few bass, a couple of bluegills, and yeah, overall a pretty good fishing trip. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button, and we'll be back with more fishing.